Hey, how are you guys? It's April 23, 2021, Philippine time. It's about 10:45 in the morning, and I'm just done doing some things in the kitchen and washed some of the dirty dishes, eating utensils, and tried to wipe the table and help out Jap's father to mop the floor, whatever I can. And yesterday I wasn't able to do those things because I suffered some stomach ache and I had actually some loose bowel movement, but now it's okay now. I just went to the CR. Ganun naman talaga, guys. Kung merong trouble yung stomach natin, yun naman yung normal na good reaction ng body natin is really to expel yung mga antibodies or kung ano man nakapasok sa sa tiyan natin or sa body natin that is you know quote and quote weird in our system. So normal po yun, punta lang ng CR and then make sure na para hindi kayo ma-dehydrate, warm water would do, or if you have food, kasi binigyan naman ako ng food ni Jobs, so para ma-recharge yung in-expel natin from our body will be replaced by, supposed to be by food, or kung wala kayong food, warm water, warm coffee, hot coffee is actually very recharging, or milk or Milo or whatever you have there sa labat. So today is better, and ayan po, ang dami na naman nating findings. Mukbang tayo sa information, mukbang ako sa mga nagawa ko in the past few days, and I'm pretty sure some of my friends and followers, or those who were able to read some of my articles, would know that in a day, if I am really like inspired by the Lord God, with all the information that enters into my network and connections, and some in the personal messaging system, I have an obligation to make an article out of them and forward it to you people as an information and news. And but I'm not in the news industry, okay? It's just a personal thing and apostolate na rin po, mission to forward to you whatever I would know with about anything under the sun, no, with regards to our country, the church, personal things, family, inheritances, in the government, in the politics, and whatever I could come up with which is worthy to be published, I did them. Okay, so minsan nga guys, pag nauna na yung news, article writing that I have published, it's so hard for me sometimes, to make a vlog out of it. But anyway, I went to our farmland as shown in my previous vlogs. I went back there again. Nung umpisa po, sa likod ako dumaan, 'di ba? Through zona sa east, no? Making use of the boat from the San Miguel Miloor Centro, and then we crossed on the Bicol River, but some people would say it's Salog. I do not know if it's the same, no. River is Ilog, Salog is, ang pagkakaalam ko po ng Salog, it's a Bicol word. A Salog is parang larger part, body of water than river. For example, yung nasa likod ng bahay nila Jobs, it's a small river, no? It is a small river, pero yun, mas malaki, mas deeper, tas may alon-alon pa siya, guys. And I've heard that years ago there were crocodiles seen, no, in the area. So I do not know, so I could imagine how scary it is. Nakakatakot po yung crocodile kasi matigas po baga yung skin niya, 'di ba? And then yung tail niyan, imagine if it could slap you off. Matigas pa po yan sa kahoy, no? Before, I could remember my father working in the National Food Authority in what they call it, in Pili po, there is they have a pet. They call it pet na crocodile po. Takot na takot talaga ako. So nakakita na talaga ako sa actual na na scenario ng crocodile, na yung isang employee staff ng dad ko. My dad used to be a manager also, I think, in Pili. Dalawa kasi yon, meron ding isang Pili, hindi ko na maalala yung name niya, pero smaller office po siya. That's where the crocodile is. Pero dun sa malaki, that's what we could see in Pili, Camarines Sur, near a little bit farther than Camp Marteliana is the warehouses for the National Food Authority. I do not know if it covers already for all in the Camarines Sur, pero it's located there in Pili, yun po, yung isang staff ni dad, kinuha yung parang stick, I think yung parang pretty much like that of what we could use for mop, ginanon niya dun sa crocodile, nabutas talaga guys yung yung kahoy, kinagat, kakatakot. So imagine if malapang ka niyan na makagat-kagat ka, talagang it's really scary. So yun po yung aking pababala, na yun po ang narinig ko, and I confirmed with some of the people there na totoo po, ma'am, na meron po dyan mga nakita na daw, na crocodile. Pero ang lalim po niya, hindi ko alam kung paano yun. But anyway, so the last time I went to Dalipay, Miloor to check out our estates, I passed through naman from Robinsons, me and Kuya Robert walked, and so I was able to see that may widening po nung road natin ng Almeida Highway. So may mga natapyas na naman sa properties namin, and there are new establishment like the Sea Oil, medyo iba po yung feeling ko as an Alfeb founder, executive director, and part heir of the estates there. Medyo iba po yung feeling ko. Ganun po yan guys, ha. If you are really like connected to the Lord God, and if you are really owners, you have the knack, Yun ang sinasabi namin noon sa management school, that if you are really a good leader, you have a hindsight, foresight, even without you yet knowing fully and clarifying the truth of the matters. Sometimes you already have that one. It's really a special ability. So yun ang feeling ko po, and na-confirm ko po sa iba na yung Robinsons po I might still be part of our estate, And then I heard na si Robredo po and Mendoza ang nag-transact niyan. And when people are trying to clarify, kasi if things are done legally, in the proper way, in the proper order, hindi po tayo pwedeng sumagot na, ay, huwag ka makialam dyan, merong ganito, ganyan. If it's a public thing, all you need to do is that the owner is this one, they have a title, and binili po siya ni ganito. Pero hindi tayo sasabi na, ay, wala tayong karapatan makialam. It's a very bullshit and foolish statement I could ever hear in this entire world. Kasi kagaya niyan, we are owners. Tapos sasabihin ng iba, even mga lawyers would say, ba't hindi nyo inintindi? Bakit nakatayo na ng ganito ganyan, saka lang kayo nag-a-ask? What if nga ang laki-laki ng ownership, at iba-iba pa kaming members ng clan who owns it, hindi naman namin memorize sa laki nga ng inheritance na yan. What is really just the question to answer is that yours or not? Why do you need to sell it? Why do you need to transact on a property or land if it is not yours? And if you are not sure that it is yours, 'di ba? Kung hindi po klarado, nasa inyo 'yan. So it's really a crime, I want people to know in this vlog that it is a crime to transact, to sell, to use, even to build a building is another case on an unowned land, Plus, we will be able to check that certain government agencies in the locality has not done their jobs. Because if you are doing your jobs, example in the engineer's office, of any city or municipality, you would really take time to go out, roam around. It's not an office work. Pag engineers po baga, hindi yan entirely office work. Kahit ba sabihin mo na lang, once a week ka mag-ikot, and you would know that there are no structures, and so then you could check people, do you have permits for this one? If not, you may visit our office. But as of now, we need to cease operations, and we need to cease we need to put a stop first temporarily to the construction process. Go to our office and apply properly with a plan, with a design, and with all the requirements. For example, the title of the land, the engineer, the owner, the one who paid for the construction of any structure, for that matter, building man or what, that it has to be conformed to the Philippine Building Code. So, mapapaghalata po natin sa mga ganitong cases. Ang dami pong sangkot, Ang daming sangkot na mga ahensya ng gobyerno na mapapaghalata natin na it's either kasabwat sa illegality or fiascos or may kapabayaan. Diba? Maraming ang natayong mga struktura, hindi natin alam. Example na po natin dyan, yung ABS-CBN. Bakit po ganon? Diba? Also, what? The Naga City Hall Compound. Diba? Ibig sabihin, struktura per struktura, nakatayo without really conforming to the requirements of the building code. Nakakahiya po. Pero we need to accept that fact that they really happen. They really happen. So, it's really quite funny, but at the same time, very accomplishing for me to have been inspired by the Lord God to come up with this, trust and move and push, even by myself, the Association of Landed Families and Entities of the Philippines, not only to address our problems in our land, but it has actually covered vast of cases and issues that really, would tell us that there are really illegalities and irregularities that has been going on for several years already. Kasi tingnan nyo, ABS-CBN, bakit yan na yung mga isang issue na na-find out sa kanila? They've been operating with great building, multi-million, even billions worth of operations and building, for that matter, on an unowned land. Kasi for me, isa rin yun sa accounting and auditing. Every company, especially, big companies like that, billions worth, what is your finance department doing? What is your accounting unit as well as your auditing unit to check on things that accounting unit has been doing through the years? Nakakahiya po, di ba? Na mapapaghalata talaga natin the systems analysis na for the longest time, ang daming elements, ang daming personas, ang daming government agencies and offices that is so obvious who has not done their jobs, or ang question nga, shamefully, do you know your task? Do you know your role? Diba? Hindi po ako nagmamayabang at hindi rin po ako nagmamagaling. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na I am better off than anyone else, pero we need to accept the fact I was inspired by the Lord God to do these things. My dream was just to be a simple nun, contemplative for that matter. I was able to enter a semi-contemplative, wherein half of the time is really silence and prayers, no chismisan, but constant communication with the Lord God in your mind and heart. Even when we are washing clothes, doing our jobs, mopping the floors, whatever chores we are doing, we are supposed to be, praying the Holy Rosary either verbally or in our minds. That's how it is there. And then just some time for me to go out, I was tasked to do some catechism to some first communicants, no, in a university, I could not remember any longer. I think I was able to handle two groups, no, before they could have the Holy Communion. We need to catechize them, and some time with the parents. So yun po mga ginawa ko. Na hirap na po ako noon. Parang sabi ko sana, Lord, sa loob na lang ako ng convent, because iba po talaga. When we went to the mall, there were times that we had holy masses at the Elizabeth Mall in Cebu. Halos po sana I would cover my nose, because I do not want to remember. No, I am a mall person also, because like my office in Makati, I have to pass through always the Greenbelt, Glorieta, the Ayala Malls there, So ayoko po maalaala yun noon when I was in the convent, because I was really determined and focused, to really live the life that God wanted me to. So, but look, I am here outside, no? So I have to take it. This is a mission that I have to take. That even if I stay inside the convent as a contemplative, a silent person, always just communicating with the Lord God through prayers and through the command of the superiors, God did not allow it to have a lasting one, no? Pinalabas ako dito for all this task. Na sa tingin ko naman, it's the first time in the history of the Philippines na meron pong ganyan, di ba? And I'm sorry po. I am sorry, but all I could really, be proud about is the fact that it is the inspiration of the Lord God, and so far I could see that I could really address, even if hindi pa po natin nasosolve lahat-lahat yan. Ang hirap-hirap po, no? Pero nakikita ko po na mga konti-konti lang na mga nasosolve is a big thing already in heaven. And for me, it's already an accomplishment, guys, no? I don't have so much money. I am alone. And all the nag-project na nga po ako ng mga officers, which I know that are also most of them belongs to landed families already, but I am not sure if they would be dedicated enough, and they were out of inspiration also from the Lord God. Pero hindi po ako pwede mamilit, no? So it has to be a cooperation from those people. I have enlisted, no? I made a list in my Martires FB account ng mga officers po, hoping that they would help me also address their own land problems, no, and issues. They are also hacienderos, some of them, and some of them just own, a little bit bigger or smaller areas of land ownerships, no, land holdings. So yun po, nakita ko, ang dami pong naglalakas-lakasan loob, no? Sabihin mong naglipas yung 1 taon, 2 taon, nagtayo ng ganito, ganyan. Sa land po namin, napansin ko, ang dami pong nag-aala village, no? Isang maliit na hindi mo pati sila makausap. Hindi man lang mag-isip na may nagmamay-ari po talaga ng lupa. Pero, ang nakikita ko po doon, paano nga, kung may nag-transaction sa kanila, and they were made to believe that sa kanila talaga yung lupa na binibenta, at hindi naman maalam kung paano binibenta yung mga lupa na dapat may titulo. At even if the title is there, you need to clarify the persona of the person transacting with you. Kung hindi siya, may special power of attorney ba? May tama ba mga pirma? Tama ba yung ID ginagamit? Ang dami pong loopholes and chances for people to cheat with regards to land sales, no, property sales. So ang dami ko pong nakikita, no, link to link, mga kapabayaan, mga laziness, at the same time scam, no, fraud, no, in the side of our government agencies, if indeed they have involved themselves in, no? So makikita natin, nakakahiya po na may kapabayaan tayo. Especially, example po, we take example of the Naga City Hall compound, and ABS-CBN. For the longest time, they have been operating. Me, as an accountant, I think I was able to mention this already in my written articles or in my blog. As an accountant, you have to check what are the assets, no? When you establish the book of accounts, of course, you come up with the fixed assets, long-term assets, as we call it. So, land would be there. So, you have to determine if it's, if it's owned already by the company or the entity, or in the case of Naga City Hall compound, if it's owned by Naga City government, right? So, you would know, you will trace, the paper trail, the legal documents that would justify or validify kung ano ba yung land na ginagamit, if it's rented, if it was bought, or it is being paid in installment to own. No? Otherwise, how come ABS-CBN was able to operate for so many years already that hindi man lang na-check ng accountant? Tapos, kung ano pa yung ginagawa ng accountant should be checked also by the auditor. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na third-party auditor. Kasi may internal auditor, tapos may auditor na nasa labas, no? Like for example, SGV, Price Waterhouse in the case of in the States, no? Meron din tayo. Basta ang dami-dami natin in Naga City. We have the Castro partnership. Hindi ko na alam kung ano. It's actually an accounting, auditing and law firm. May partnership na ganyan. Yan yung mga available, no? Din sa neighbor namin, si Olivia Seya Mendoza. Yun po yung mga CPA na available who could do audits. Dapat ganun po. So, pak. Tatlo yun ha, guys. Accounting, the finance person, internal staff, and people. Plus, you have the internal auditor to check on what has been done by the accountant. And then, third-party auditors. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po natin yan nagawa during those times, no? Kaya nga nagkaroon ng kaso, and I believe that they are already done cases, kaya it's okay to discuss, no? Just for example lang, guys, no? Para ma-enlighten yung mga tao. Apparently, hindi pa po, no? Sige pa po yung sulputan ng mga parang kabuting naglalagay ng mga building o struktura sa mga pribadong mga lupa. Kulang pa po, no? Kulang pa. So I am encouraging people who have goodness and uprightness in their hearts to pray with me, no? Kahit ilang taon na rin po ako nagsusulat tungkol sa mga land problems, especially of the private families and entities in the Philippines. Still, in my land po, meron pong mga nagpapabilib sa mga taong itong okay lang yung ginagawa nila, especially because they are not reprimanded too. Their attentions were not yet called, no? And sometimes they have the support of the local government unit barangays, no? Kasi kung hindi rin po, kaya nga sinasabi ko po sa inyo, with all these cases going on, unaddressed, unsolved, it means to say that there is support, no? So ibig sabihin may kapabayaan din po, kasi example, alam mo na itong lupang ito kay Martires o kaya kay Labudit, example kay Castro, de Guzman, de Jesus. So in a barangay, you would know, no, na ito ba ay may permit na naglalagay ng tindahan, kahit maliit lang po. Ang alam namin kay Castro ito, ang alam namin kay Falabi, kay Martires, kay Labudit, example, no? Respectively. So, magkakaroon po tayo ng check. Yung mga tanod po natin mismo, magtatanong, sino po kayo ma'am, sir, kuya, ate, sino po kayo, baguhan kayo dito, saan? Nagtayo po kayo ng building, meron po ba tayong permit? No, na dapat sinesecure po sa city, if we are in a city, or municipality, if we are within a municipality. Di ba? So, sanga-sanga po, no? Link per link po yan ng kapabayaan ng ating mga servants, no? Siervas de barangays, pampublikong mga servants. So, this has been Antonia Oliva Martires. And for this vlog, I need to go for now. This is just a 24 minutes vlog, and see you in my next vlogs. If you have comments, questions, and further inquiries about the topics I'm saying, you may send me a personal message or make a comment below, and you may share and subscribe in this channel. See ya!